Warning! This podcast contains possible impeachment. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Arrow, Season 5, Episode 15, Fighting Fire with Fire. Somehow, I'm your host, Dom, and with me we have Clio and Rachel. How's it going?
I have a convention to go to this week, so I've 4 shows tonight is too much.
Yeah, I hear you. So what'd you guys think of this episode?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I know I liked it.
Rachel was over here throwing spaghetti at the wall before the podcast. Yeah?
I did it last week. I threw that spaghetti at the wall and it stuck.
It did? It stuck? Yeah, so it turns out that Prometheus is, in fact, the district attorney. Dun dun dun.
The reveal was...
pretty lackluster.
Yeah, it was good, but it wasn't, like, really dramatic.
Yeah.
No,
I was
it was
expecting
very
it to be, like,
subtle.
the most dramatic. And it was just like... Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what happens, though, when you reveal the character to us and not to, like, the characters at the same time. You know, you kind of get that, because it's just like, okay, whatever. It's this big
just
pan
arc,
reveal. Like, it feels like it should have been done at the end of the episode, as opposed to somewhere in the middle. You know, like, if you're gonna show it to the fans like that. But knowing, like, going into that, like, the way it ended and everything, too, made the ending a little more, you know, powerful, I guess. So, I see why they did it, but I don't have to like it, you know?
Yeah, I had to like it.
I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
No, but I like this episode.
This episode here faced Ollie's, like, it starts off Ollie facing impeachment right off the bat. And you have Adrian Chase basically gets thrown into acting as his lawyer. And they kind of get to this point where it's just like there's really not much they can do because Ollie doesn't even get to stand trial. Like, he doesn't get to speak or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's really kind of unfortunate. I think no matter what, you should be able to speak. But I mean, maybe that's just me. I don't know how all the politics work. I don't know. You know, I'm not a lawyer
I think
or
it's
anything
different.
like that.
It's different for every city.
Yeah.
So.
But I think that's a little unfair that you can get impeached and not be able to even give a, like, rebuttal or any kind of statement whatsoever. It's basically you have no say. That's it. So, and then the it's pretty much like after the hearing and everything, it's pretty much split 50-50. They don't know which way it's gonna go, and we have this one guy who's on the swing vote. And Felicity ends up using Pandora to dig up dirt on the sway vote.
Because she asked her to.
She just helped Thea do shady shit, like, yesterday.
Yeah, literally last week.
And now with no, like, Thea didn't have to, like, persuade her. You know, Felicity just like, okay, yeah, cool, let's blackmail this guy.
Yeah.
It's just
And it's not just
it's blackmail.
It's not just any blackmail. It's a very personal matter of, like, the guy's wife who got killed in a car accident. She committed suicide, whatever. But very personal kind of matter. You know.
I don't know. Felicity's showing her dark side.
Yeah, but it's
She's
politics.
like the one person. She's the one person in this whole show that hasn't really shown her dark side, and now we're beginning to see that darker side to Felicity.
I mean, before that, though, like, when Ollie went and talked to her about Susan, I'm like, I felt a little bad for Felicity. I mean, she was in kind of a rough position Ollie was putting her in. Because, like, on one hand, you have Felicity, who's Ollie's ex-fiance, being basically told that he has to fix fix Ollie's relationship. Right? That's a really bad position to be in the first place. But, on the other hand, she's directly responsible for it. You know?
I'm like thinking, I'm like, dude, no, you don't ask your ex-girlfriend to help you with your new girlfriend. I don't care how much buddy friends you are. And if she's not calling you back, there's a reason why she's not calling you back.
And if it was just, oh, this thing happened with my girlfriend, could you help? That would be another thing. This is, Felicity, you are directly involved in getting my girlfriend fired. Help me fix it.
Right.
So I think that's kind of like, yeah, you need to do something.
Well, yeah, she definitely did, but I'm just saying it's still a really crappy situation considering that it's also Ollie's ex-fiance. You know, it's just, it's...
Well,
no, yeah, of course.
There's
it's
a difference.
equally as
it was
crappy.
like, he was asking her to help him, get her to talk to him, basically. It's like, okay, Felicity, yes, okay, she needed to help her get her job back or clear up that. Okay, I get that. But she didn't need to help him get in contact with her.
But Oliver was trying. Oliver couldn't do anything to help unless she spoke to him.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah, because we saw just
and
before
I'm sorry,
we went
Felicity,
into the hearing.
you don't just put files in somebody's computer without looking at them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Even if it's Thea that tells you to do it.
There's no way she didn't look at it, you know?
But then she's like, oh, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe she
I'm sorry.
the files to...
I think it's Aubrey. I'm on the Felicity hate train. Fucking, I can't stand her anymore.
Yeah, I think it's Aubrey in chat who is a
like
big
that
Felicity
turnaround was
hater.
really quick. Where I'm just like, yo, I can't stand your shit no more.
And I'm kind of in a spot where I'm just like, you know what? Felicity's getting a little interesting now that she's got a dark side, you know? So
we knew she had a dark side, though. This is just her being stupid. Literally, she's not thinking.
I'm very interested to see what goes on with Pandora, though. Like,
yes, that I'm excited for. The stuff that happened this episode, I was just like,
well, I mean,
shut
that
up.
happened this episode, you know, like, because she ends up having the heart-to-heart with Diggle, and basically the conversation she had with Diggle led her to decide, I'm going to go work with Pandora.
Helix,
but yeah,
Pandora's the
file thing.
Program?
Yeah,
the program.
Helix, yeah. So, I'm interested in that. I'm very interested in that. And it's probably the most I've been interested in Felicity in, what season are we in?
5.
5 seasons. So, yeah. So, I guess we'll see where that goes, and then I can determine how worth my interest was or not. But during all this, we now have Vigilante seeing that Oliver is directly responsible for a cover-up. Vigilante decides he's now going to assassinate Oliver. And we have Oliver, Thea, and Black Canary and Quentin get into limo together. And all that was going on is when they're driving down the street, I go, Ollie, do you remember what happened the last time you were in a limo?
And the time before that?
Yeah.
Because the last time Felicity got shot, and the time before that his mother got killed.
Yeah. And after it was shot up, Thea goes, remind me never to get in a limo with you again.
Don't fucking blame her.
Yeah.
I don't either. I would not.
But yeah, Vigilante basically opens fire on the limo, it flips the limo, all kinds of chaos. We could now eliminate the fact that Vigilante is not Ollie, Thea, Canary, or Quentin. And then later on in the episode, when we have Diggle, Curtis, and Renee fighting, we could eliminate all of them. So that doesn't really leave us with many options. And as Aubrey mentioned in chat, one of the theories going around is Captain Pike is Vigilante.
I said that last week.
Yeah. So
that was the guess. That's what I said, and Cleo's like, no, you're wrong.
Me?
Yeah. No, Pike's a good guy. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. You see Pike at the hearing, kind of being like, I don't know where I sit with Oliver, and I don't know if I believe him or not. You know,
yeah,
it's just like, I could see it being Pike. I could.
I think the reason I shot it down before was because it didn't seem like he had the temperament for for something like Vigilante. He doesn't seem like the guy that would pick up an automatic weapon and just.
Well, we didn't think the DA was Prometheus for a while until I threw a spaghettis on the wall last week.
Yeah.
I still think Felicity's Prometheus, but I don't care.
Even after he's taken off the mask.
Yep.
Where did Artemis go? Is
Felicity
she just not on the
wearing...
show anymore?
I don't know. Felicity was wearing an Adrian Chase mask. That's what happened.
Oh, God.
It's like Mission Impossible.
He's getting creepier. He's starting to get a little
yeah.
sleazier. And it's like, oh, you're changing.
Yeah, his eyes seem more dead now. Like, he's got those shark eyes.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah. But, no, if Captain Pike, if he is just fed up with the way the law's going and he sees all these other vigilantes taking the law into their own hands, him donning the name Vigilante would be perfect, you know? It fits really well, so I like that theory. I hope it pans out, but then again, who knows? They might come up with something more interesting that I'd be like, yeah, I like that, because it could be, for all we know, it could be someone from one of the flashbacks or something, you know? I doubt it, but it could be. So.
I don't know. All we know is they have some really good tech, so they're tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing we've gotten from Vigilante from this today.
I don't know if it's necessarily tech or if it's just like high grade weapons and stuff like that. It doesn't seem like it's stuff. It seems like all stuff that's on the market you could buy. It doesn't seem like anything that's made specifically.
Yeah, and I also remember when Vigilante started, we were theorizing that he probably could have gotten his stuff from the ATCU.
Mm-hmm.
But his visor had implanted circuitry and stuff like that. And I don't think that's something you can just buy randomly.
I think that's how they found him, though, is they traced where it was bought.
Manufactured by someone.
Yeah.
It was manufactured by some, but they didn't say who. Probably by him, maybe by him. I think he knows enough to be dangerous.
Mm.
Knows enough to...
No, but I think the implication
or
of Felicity getting a hold of it was that it was manufactured by a facility that they could track it back to and trace his purchase to figure out who he was.
Yeah, that's the impression that I got from that whole
yeah, that's
thing.
The whole reason they wanted to take it from evidence anyway.
Right. Yeah. Because you had Canary doing that. I don't even remember her name. I'm gonna call her
Dinah.
Canary. Yeah, it's Canary.
That's her name in the comics, is Black Canary's name in the comics.
Yeah, well that was Laurel's name too.
Her middle name. Oh no, her first name. Laurel was her middle.
Laurel was her middle name, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. With that, I don't know where they're going with Vigilante. Aubrey mentions that there's a rumor Stephen Amell said they're not showing the face of Vigilante until season 6. I don't know how true that is.
That's ridiculous.
I have not seen anything on that personally.
Me neither.
So I don't know. It's quite possible though. And then Brian is asking if the DA is Prometheus, does that mean Clayborne's son is Vigilante? I think Clayborne's son could still be Adrian Chase. We don't know what his son looks like, so.
That's true.
So Clayborne's son could be Adrian Chase this whole time, just under a different
Adrian Chase
alias.
also might not be his name.
Right.
Well, from the scenes of the next episode, they kind of hint at that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He goes by. Usually, you don't go by something if it's your real name.
Mm-hmm.
You just say, "Oh, his name is this." You don't go by it.
Yeah.
Unless you have other names. So.
Yep. And then I guess like the whole solution to Ollie's impeachment was to throw the Green Arrow like under the bus. I don't understand how that saves his role as mayor. Like, I'm really, really confused.
I don't know, honestly.
Because it takes I don't fucking know. It was supposed to take the blame off of Oliver and put it on the Green Arrow.
Yeah,
It's
but
like, oh, he was a
Oliver's...
hero and I trusted him. I'm the victim.
But that doesn't help. That doesn't change the fact that Ollie's administration still doctored
I
the
know.
results and lied to everybody, and that was the entire reason for the impeachment.
I know.
So I really don't understand how that saves his campaign.
Maybe they
Or
thought that
saves
yeah.
his,
he did under
facts
not his
there
character.
about
yeah
who's
yeah.
liked the most.
I had to go back and try to watch the whole speech thing. I watched it 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's intercut with the fighting with Vigilante that I'm like,
Yeah.
did I miss, like, am I not following the speech properly to, like, understand how this is protecting Ollie, as mayor?
Mm-hmm.
And watching it multiple times, I still didn't have a clue as to how this whole thing was saving him as mayor. Like, I just don't understand it.
It was making him, he was trying to make himself seem like a victim. Oh, I trusted this hero, this person we all trusted, and he betrayed me. It's stupid.
I don't see it. Like, I know what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying, but I still don't see how that saves his campaign. Or saves his spot in office, rather. Like, oh, he's the victim, but he still did it. Whether he did it for good intentions or bad intentions, he still did it.
Politics are not about facts. What are
No, although we've learned
what
that.
are facts?
Alternate.
Even?
#alternate facts.
Ugh.
But despite keeping office, Thea still resigns. Right?
Yeah.
She says she needs to find herself. She's basically replaced Bloodlust from last season with slander and politics. And she's just like, no, I've had enough.
Yeah,
So,
It makes sense.
yeah.
It makes all the stupid things she did makes more sense.
Right. That doesn't mean we have to like it, but...
No, of course not. It was
but it
still
makes sense.
stupid.
Yeah.
She should just go back to killing people. She did that really well.
She really did.
Yeah. The only other thing besides the flashbacks that I want to touch on is Curtis. Curtis really shined this episode.
Because he's finally doing what he was meant to do.
Yeah, having his he called them autonomous mini drones, or the T-Sphere.
They're balls.
Yeah.
T-spheres do not sound better than balls.
No.
Like,
They're testicle spheres.
There were so many ball jokes.
All the ball jokes this episode.
balls.
All the balls. All of them. Yeah, I was like, oh my god. It's like you couldn't go to the scene without a ball joke.
This is going on, and you're sitting down here playing with your balls. And I was just like, really? Really? That was just said, but apparently.
I do like Renee was like, went a little far on his first one. And she's like, did you go look? Just but you're recognizing it.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
But seeing them in action was fantastic. The only thing that I had issue with was you have Curtis holding this big sphere with this giant blue laser, like, pointing out the direction it's going, and Diggle's like, which way? And I'm just like, are you kidding me, Diggle? Like, is this just something that Curtis sees because they're like, he's reading the sphere and it's showing us the visual representation? I don't understand, but like that whole thing, I'm like, Diggle, are you blind? Like, that just
He might be underneath that shield. Maybe look at that shield. It blocks out the blue from the and he can't see it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just guessing.
I don't know.
But I loved Vigilante getting wrecked by 2 of them. Like, back-to-back, fell for it twice.
And then he fucking pulls the leaving in a puff of smoke. Like, where the fuck did you go?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think Captain Pike can move that fast.
Maybe.
I don't know. He seems Vigilante seems short. Does that make sense? He seems like little. Like I don't know. He doesn't have a voice changer, right?
You saw. Well, we didn't think that Prometheus had a voice changer either, and he clearly was using something because his voice was not Adrian Chase's voice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if any one of them is going to be a female, I would say it'd be Vigilante. because he's littler. Because when he was up against Vigilante, he looked really small.
Well, then you had Vigilante and Diggle.
Adrian again standing next to
Curtis?
Standing next to Ollie. Ollie's taller than him, so it's like you kind of get an idea of how small Vigilante really is.
Well, you get to see Vigilante side by side with Diggle when they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Vigilante's not much shorter than Diggle, so
he's tiny. He's littler. He's a little guy. Maybe he has short man syndrome.
Maybe it's Ragman.
I don't see Rory doing that.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying. It's the only other short person, unless it's Roy. Unless it's Roy this whole time. But I don't see what Roy would have that he would want to kill Ollie, you know?
So that's what I was thinking, that maybe it's a girl. Maybe it's a female.
Whoever it is, they don't know that
Ollie's the Green Arrow.
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely have no idea. I was throwing Roy out because I really want him back.
Yeah.
We all do.
Not like this.
Not like this. I don't care how he comes back. I just want him back. But like this whole episode, Curtis was really looking forward to dinner with Paul, and like the more that they dragged it on, going, oh, you know, Paul's meeting me for dinner. I go, the more that I'm like, he's bringing divorce papers, you idiot.
Right, I know.
I didn't see the divorce papers coming, but I was like, it's not gonna be good, honey.
Yeah. And then he sits down and he's like all excited.
He doesn't want to get back together.
And Paul brings the divorce paper. I was just like, I knew it. And it was just, I felt so bad for Curtis.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right on this one. But there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the episode ends with the DA confronting Susan about a life or death story. And
Guess who's getting kidnapped?
Yeah, I was just like, that scene right there made me realize, okay, this is why the Prometheus reveal was mid-episode as opposed to the end. But I think I still would have liked the Prometheus. Like, if we had Prometheus, I don't know, I can't even say if we had Prometheus reveal, like, last week or something, that it would have been more impactful, because then it would have, like, the whole beginning with Adrian Chase as the lawyer wouldn't have worked out, and it fell in a weird spot.
He started getting creepy when he was just like, you're not just a boss, you're my friend. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
I was like, back. Oh God, yeah, you're being creepy now.
Yeah.
And then everything just kind of slid downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh.
And then we had the flashbacks with Natoli and Ollie, where Natoli basically calls for the Bratva's version of Parlay.
Yeah.
He said something, and I could not pronounce it for the life of me, so...
And they didn't subtitle it.
No. So
I went back, and I was like, what'd he say?
So I was just like, yeah, this is basically Parlay. So I was like, that's what I'm calling it. And, like, their whole plan here was to buy a little extra time, because Natoli didn't want to die in the hospital basement, so...
Did not want to die in hospital.
So Ollie takes this time to Green Arrow his way into Gregor's house, steals his laptop, and finds evidence of $40 million in undisclosed bank transfers, and presents it to the Bratva. And Gregor's just like, okay, well, you're the split vote. I forget, like, it was his right-hand man. And he went over and joined Natoli and Ollie, and he's like, well, that sucks. And he just basically opened fire on them all. I was like, yeah, that's a great way to end the flashback scene. And then, like, we don't know, obviously Ollie's not dead, you know.
We don't know
Natoli's not
obviously,
dead.
Natoli's not dead. Did the right-hand man get shot? Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows? We'll find out next week.
We still don't know, like, exactly what it was that Anatoly owed Ollie for Gregor.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna die, you know? Or was it just that he stole his laptop?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm totally like the only thing that like we had here that was comparing what was going on in the actual episode was, you know, the overthrow of Gregor, which was kind of like the impeachment thing that Ollie was dealing with. But outside of that, there was really no major similarities between the flashbacks, and I don't know, I'm kind of lost right now in the flashbacks. I don't know what the hell's going on. And I guess we have to wait and see what the overall picture, like the flashbacks this season feel a lot like last season too, where they're just kind of all strung together and you really don't know what the purpose is until it's all said and done, and then you're like, okay, that's what this whole journey was. But I feel like you take these little segments of flashbacks and piece them all together and you'd have a full episode, you know?
But even like last season, when it was all said and done, it's like, okay, she's dead. Then that was it. Like, I don't know. I felt there was like so much less of a conclusion last season. I hope that this one
it helped
has
introduce
something.
the magic and stuff. Like there was purpose to what was going on. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but not like at the end. There wasn't anything at the end. That was like, oh, this whole. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love for somebody to grab all the flashbacks and piece them into an episode, like one full length episode that we could watch. That would be fantastic.
Then maybe I'd stop being so confused all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But do you guys have anything else for this episode?
I don't think so.
No. It's a pretty concise episode. But anyway,
it's just politics, Ollie. No, it's literally blackmail.
Yeah.
Like the definition of blackmail.
Yep. Next week's episode is called Checkmate. Oliver gets closer to the truth about Prometheus. Meanwhile, Helix refuses to continue helping Felicity until she does a favor for them.
Oh, there it is.
Looks like they're blackmailing her now.
Oh, gee. Who would have thought that alliance would backfire?
Right? Oh, well.
But Clio, would you like to inform us a little bit as to what the title could possibly mean? We were talking about this in Supergirl a little bit, but...
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's got any similarities, but Checkmate is an organization, government organization, that's... God, what's their job? Like, to combat, superpowered people, basically. Protect... like America from that sort of a thing. They're called Checkmate. And I've wanted them to come into Supergirl in place of Cadmus, because the Cadmus that's in Supergirl is not really the comic Cadmus. It's not proper Cadmus. So
I mean, what if we find out Vigilante's working for Checkmate?
That would be dope.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like he answers to anybody, though.
No.
It's more like he grabs a giant gun and starts shooting people.
I'm sorry, the gun noises were cracking me up this episode.
I didn't notice.
It just, I don't know. It didn't sound like a real gun. It just sounded like a toy gun. And I was just laughing.
All right, I think that's about it. Cleo, where can people find you?
They can find me at Clio Moto. I don't know what I'll be doing.
Okay. Rachel, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Twitter at VikingWitch76.
Awesome. You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon.
You
can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next time. Rachel, I think you need to clean up some of that spaghetti off the wall.
I like it there. It's art now.
Ooh.